Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. And we are here for the Euros announcement. England announcing their squads. I'm excited. Look, I know there's been some issues. I know Greenwood isn't going. Greenwood's told Southgate to fuck off. I know all of that. But I'm still very, very excited for the Euros. We are going to win it. Football is coming home, boys. Yes, it is. A big up to James and Dylan Talks Football. Big up to yourselves and big up to Talking Barca. If you are new to the channel, as I keep saying, hit that like button, press the subscribe button and turn on notifications. All of your Euro stuff is going to be covered on this channel. All of it. Maybe some games might not be covered, but most of them will definitely be covered. Also, England versus Austria watch along tomorrow at 7:30 start for an 8 p.m. kickoff. Very excited about that one. And we do club shows as well. We do club football and all of that. Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, United, and more in the coming. Possibly Newcastle, Everton, all of this stuff. Big up to Chris. Big up to Niall. Clearly, absolutely grafting on YouTube. I absolutely am. Third stream of the day, and I started the stream in I think I want to say about 11:30. No, it wasn't 11:30. I certainly didn't do it that early. It's been a mad one. It's been a mad day. How are you? I am very good, thank you. I am very good. You are good as well. Niall, Mason Greenwood is injured. No, bro, he is. Well. You can make of that what you want. I think he's more likely told Southgate to go do one, or United have gone nah. We don't want you to go. Now, what are your what would you say the percentage chance of England winning the Euros? 100%. Football is coming home. That is for sure. I'm glad Trent is apparently going to be used as a midfield option. I'm just glad Trent is going. That's what I'm saying. James and Dylan Talks Football. Who do I support? I support Plymouth Argyle, the mighty Janners, down in Devon, down in the depths of Devon, is who I support. It's certainly an interesting town, that is for sure. But please do subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. I'm joined by Velvishwan and I'm joined by Lewis. How are we both doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
That sounded so exciting, Velvishwan. You sounded so excited. It's unreal. It's statement. I have not. I knew there was a statement. I know there was a statement put out. I'm gonna go get them because we've got a bit of time to sort of kill. Really, we've got about 30 minutes to really kill before we start doing that. Who do you prefer, Mount or Foden? I like them both. I do like them both. That's how I see it. I like them both. I think they're both great talents, and I think for England, it's going to be great to have them. This statement from United, did they tweet it out?
No, I've got the website here now. I've got it here now, Niall.
I'm gonna go get it because then I can screenshot. It's not a problem. Yeah, I'll go look at that now. Of course, they put it on their website. They want traffic going to their website, don't they? Joined by Daniel, who is a Chelsea fan. When is Perry going to invest in a working microphone? Hey, Egder. It was the same as me when I first started. It takes time.
I'm using my mum's laptop, so yeah.
It takes time. Trust me, as someone who's just got into YouTube myself, it does take a lot of time to get yourself set up. I've only just started proper getting set up of recent months. Where is it? There we go. I've just got the statement out to read in a second. So the statement says Manchester United striker Mason Greenwood has withdrawn from the provisional England Euro 2020 squad in order to fully recover fully from an underlying injury that also kept him out of the Under-21 European Championship in March. Mason club appearances were managed carefully to maintain his availability through the intensive 2021 Premier League and Europa League schedules, but a further spell of tournament football would not be beneficial, and Mason will remain at Manchester United to recuperate and prepare for pre-season training. That's it. It was very short, very blunt. And we'll get into that in a second, and that is pretty much what Talking Barca said there. Big up to Dylan, who is in the chat as well. Check out Simon Stone's tweets. Yeah. And bless it, it's one of them. It is one of them. We are joined by Max as well. But Velvishwan, I'll start with you. What have you made of this announcement in terms of Greenwood? Because it was very, I don't want to say suspect. I think suspect is absolutely the wrong word, but it is a bit strange it came at this time.
I don't know really. It's just like if United just don't want him to play, I guess Greenwood's not playing. If he wants to play, then he would be in the squad.
I mean the announcement. So United, with an underlying injury, they would have known about this for quite some time. They would have known that he had this underlying injury. They would have known they didn't want him going. Why do you think they decided to do it on the day that Southgate's announcing his squad? What do you think that was down to?
I actually don't know, to be honest. It's a strange one. They could have done it before. If they said, if they knew about Greenwood having an injury, they would put it when either the provisional squad was announced or before or after the Europa League final. So doing it right now, it's just weird. I don't know what they're up to be honest. Are they trying to protect him or something?
I saw something on Twitter, but it's Danny Mills, and he's an irrelevant pundit. He's actually rather shit, to put that bluntly. Dylan saying, it is a shame that Mason is out of the England team. Thought he could bring something different. Other players don't. However, good rest for him for next season. So United probably let Greenwood withdraw, in my opinion. Yeah, it would have been around that. It would have definitely have been around that issue. But it's certainly an interesting one. I suppose the big talking point is that Trent Alexander-Arnold does look like Trent is going to be in the squad. Whether that be used as a right back or a central midfielder, we're not too sure yet. I suppose when we find out in terms of, has he been put down as a midfielder? Has he been put down as a right back? But Daniel, what do you make of Trent? I mean, it looks like Trent's going to be included for the Euros, especially in the squad. It's come as a bit of a shock because a lot of people didn't necessarily expect him to be in it.
They didn't expect to be in it because they thought he was going to play at right back. And we've got 4 right backs. Yeah. And apparently people want to see Trent in midfield to see how good he is. So I think that's why Southgate's trying it. Maybe.
Do you think at a big tournament that we should be taking these sorts of risks? As I really don't. To be blunt, I wouldn't want to see this happening on my watch anyway. But look, we'll wait and see. Lewis, about Trent. I mean, it looks like he's going to be included. We don't really know if he's going to be a midfielder or a centre back, right back at the moment. What do you think will happen? Where do you see Trent going?
Well, if he does go into the midfield pairing, that could leave Phillips out because it was rumoured that he had a shoulder injury. Whether he's covered, we don't know. And then if he goes into right back, I don't know, because again we still have them 4 right backs unless he's dropping one of them, which we're not sure yet. But if he does go into right back, we still have them 4, and if he doesn't drop any of them, we have 4 right backs going to the competition.
Yeah, I mean, he did allude to it last week about the potential for Trent or Reece James to play within central midfield. He alluded that Kyle Walker could play right centre back. Trippier has obviously been on both sides of the defence in terms of left back and right back. So look, there's a lot of things that they do, a lot of different things that they can do. It's certainly going to be an interesting squad announcement. The minute it goes out, we will bring you the reaction, and we'll just bring you the squad live as it comes out. My Twitter is ready. Ready for that.
The pundits on Sky Sports are actually stupid. Do you know what they just said about Trent?
What?
They're like this. Oh, Trent should be not included in the squad because look at the right backs. You have a Champions League winner, a Premier League winner, and a guy who won the La Liga. That's why Trent should have been included. What is this bollocks, man?
I mean, a lot of that is down to teams, though, isn't it? That's a team trophy. I mean, I'm not picking Trent in terms of team trophies. I'm picking Trent because I think he's the best chance for us to get through.
But they're acting like Trent hasn't won a Premier League and Champions League.
Yeah, no, look, but that's what these pundits do. They're morons, and it's why a lot of people have moved over from Sky Sports to watching people like ourselves who debate this and speak about this on a more intellectual level, because we know our shit. And to be fair, I'm a fan, Vel's a fan, all of us are fans, as are the people in the comments. It's just a great place for all of us to come together and talk about these sorts of things. I don't know, maybe Gareth is playing a 3-4-3. I mean, it could be all sorts. He could do any sort of madness with this squad, I think. Now, I think United should let Rashford rest. I've been a firm advocate for Rashford having a break. I don't want him going to the Euros. I would rather he rested up and he was ready for the World Cup. But look, I'm not in control of this squad, and we'll have to wait and see on terms of that. Trent should be in the squad because he's done what Southgate wanted him to do. That is very clear. That is very, and do you know what? Trumpetron makes a brilliant comment there and a brilliant statement. Southgate said he wanted to see more from Trent. He wanted to see better performances. And the minute Trent got back and destroyed Arsenal and has arguably been Liverpool's player of the season coming into the end of the season. So I don't think Southgate can physically drop Trent, because Trent has done exactly what Southgate had told him to do. So and you know what, I really appreciate that comment, because that is a good angle on it. But if you are new to the channel, as I say, please chuck us a subscribe. It costs nothing to subscribe to the channel, but believe it or not, it really does help us out over here. And we'll be covering all the Euros. So if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world. Trent has won the Champions League and Premier League. Exactly. James and Dylan talks football. Trent should be included. I hear that. I do hear that. I think he's injured. Oh, what? Rashford? Yeah, Rashford's injured. That's Rashford has clearly been playing with an injury. Clearly.
I swear he came out and said like he's been playing through like 3 injuries at once this season.
Yeah, he's definitely been injured. That's without a shadow of a doubt. He won a Premier League and Champions League. This is true. The link is pinned in the comments if anyone wants to come on and have their say as well. Obviously, building up to the Euro squad being announced. It will be announced in 16 minutes. We did this when it was the provisional squad. We gathered a load of us together. We had a great time. So make you keep tuning in. We will have it live. And I've just spammed the chats with the link again just in case anyone hasn't seen it so far. But Max, Trent is the biggest news per se, sort of going around. What are you expecting to see? Are you expecting where's Trent going? Do you think he'll go to right back? Do you think he'll be playing central midfield? Are you there?
Yeah.
Max.
What? Oh yeah. I know you're talking.
I said where do you expect to see Trent going? Do you expect to see him playing a right back, or do you expect him to go into central midfield, which is being reported at the moment on Sky?
I think he'd if he was going to be going in midfield, I think it'll be a switch between him and other right backs. So it'll be Reece James or someone in a right back position for one game, and then Trent goes in for the other game, and it goes like that. Or they make a substitution where Trent is in the midfield. Then in the second half they move him to right back, and then the right back that was starting the game comes off, and a midfielder comes on. That's the only way I see that working.
It certainly offers a lot. It certainly offers a different dynamic for Southgate on what he wants to do. James saying, I feel bad for Greenwood because of his injury. I wouldn't make too much about this injury. I think there's something deeper in there than just this injury. I think if we look at how Greenwood was treated by Southgate in England last summer, putting him in front of the press, still as a kid, to have to talk about Harry Maguire, obviously with all of that, I think Ollie was furious at that. And I still don't think Ollie has fully forgiven Southgate, because that could have really hindered Mason Greenwood. So I think this is a lot deeper than you'd assume. I don't think United wanted Greenwood to be working with Southgate, because I think they know that Southgate is a complete and utter unadulterated prick. That's what I think. Do you think England should take Lingard now? No. There's better players. There's better players than Lingard. Man United need new doctors, new physiotherapists as well. State of our club. All fight me. We do need new fitness coaches as well. Players not getting easily injured. Yes, we do. What are physios paid for? Our players are always injured. He's not injured. He isn't injured. I don't think he is injured. I don't think Greenwood is injured. I think because of how badly he was treated by Gareth Southgate and by the England setup, I think United, and we sit, well, how many times did we see Fergie doing this? Ryan Giggs is injured, or this person's injured. We saw it all the time. I don't think Greenwood's injured. I just think Ollie and United are very angry still at how Greenwood was treated, how he was put up in front of the media to discuss about Harry Maguire and the incident at Greece. I think Ollie's still fuming. I think United still have that issue of trust. So I definitely don't think United want him in the England setup at the moment, which I can hear. Well said, mate. I do make good points. That is for sure. I do make good points. Why is Velverswan always wanting to fight Wolf? It's something Dylan, it's something that they always do. They're always fighting. Happened at under 21s as well. He was fine after that. As I said, I don't think Greenwood is injured. But Talking Bastard does seem to think he is. I don't. I personally don't. But if you're allowed to disagree with me, and I don't go at you like maybe other YouTubers would. Unless you're coming at me, and then, yeah, obvious, of course, I'll come back at you. But no, I do think that there is an element of just not trusting. There's no trust within United and Ollie at all. But Velverswan, who are you expecting to see Ward-Prowse submitted from the squad now? Because if he's taken all four right backs, then that's going to be something that we need to discuss, because who the hell is he taken out? Because you'd have assumed it would have been one or two of the centre backs plus a right back. But now he's going to have to take out more attacking or midfield sort of players. So who do you think will be omitted?
I think Jude Bellingham. I think Jude Bellingham should, but I don't think Southgate will omit Jude Bellingham.
Well, that's not the question I asked. The question I asked is who do you think will go? Not we've already done who we want to go. That was on the stream earlier. Now, who do you think will go? Who do you think will be omitted?
It depends, because in the competition, Southgate's been starting James Ward-Prowse, and in some games he brings Jude Bellingham off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with Jude Bellingham because Southgate doesn't start him at all, and he starts James Ward-Prowse over him.
I hear that. I do hear that. My sources tell me Lingard, Ramsdale, Greenwood, Ward-Prowse, Ben White are definitely out of the squad. It wouldn't surprise me if well, look, Ramsdale probably is going out. I don't know. It's between Mings, Cody, and Godfrey, and I really hope he takes Godfrey. I really, really do. I think Godfrey is a huge talent. Wolf, you have the power of the spanner to win. Trent is staying. It does appear that Trent is going to be staying in the squad, which is brilliant news for all of us England fans. And hey, Velv, what part of England are you from? Velvishwan? Well, fuck you too. The Trumpetron, Gareth Southgate is an absolute shambles of the coach. Really should not be anywhere near England. More like Forest Green Rovers, for fuck's sake. I hear that. Look, I think Southgate. Look, I think what Southgate has done is he's transitioned the squad from Roy Hodgson level of bullshit. Brought us closer to competing. I do agree with that. But now I want us to kick on. Now I want us to really hit on as a nation and really take that next step. Because if we think about this logically, a manager like Graham Potter coming into this setup with the tactics that he has, with what he wants to do, I think that helps. I really do think that helps. So we need to make sure that we continue to impress and improve. But we now need to look for the next manager. I want us to have that plan. I want us thinking, okay, Southgate was that transition. He improved the mood. He really helped bring through a lot of the young talent. Now we need to go on and get a better manager. Now we need to get someone better tactically who's going to use our squad in a more effective way. That's what we need to be doing now. Whether we do that or not, that's a completely different question. But that will be down to the FA, won't it? Dylan saying Ezri Konza is better than Mings. I do agree with that. I really do. He's a talented centre-back. Man, dipped. East London Wolf. Velshwan is here. No, we are gaining good subs from this. Laughing my ass off. Well, of course we are, RJ. This is internationals. Everyone loves talking internationals. But that reminds me, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Please hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. It would really help us out, that is for sure. Velvishwan is from Burnley. Oh dear. East London. I'm going to avoid East London for the rest of my life. Thanks, Vel.
You don't want to come to these ends, both. We're dangerous.
Yeah, East London is a strange but wonderful place. That is for sure. The Trumpetron. Exactly. We need a coach who plays attacking football because of the amount of forward talent we've got. I keep saying this. And I sound like a broken bloody record 9 out of 10 times. I really do. We've got Rashford, Sancho, Greenwood, Foden, Grealish, Mount, Saka, Greenwood, Kane, Calvert-Lewin. Like, fucking hell. Yet we're going to play dog shit 5 at the back. Are we serious right now? With all of the attacking options we've got, we're going to play for our weakest part. So defensively, we're weak. We haven't got a great amount of starters in defense. Attack teams. Best form of defense is attack. We all know that. If Pickford starts against Croatia, I'm going to jump out of Mo Houseproof. I hate to break it to you, but I do think that Pickford is going to be England's #1 this summer. But look, that's all semantics, really. I think we all know that the Pickford is going to go at some point. Kenny is sharing tweets with me. Excellent. Man is busy doing something. Reese is here. Reese is a United fan. I mean Liverpool fan.
United
fan. We were just talking about Trent. Obviously, looking like Trent is going to be included to the squad. What do you think in terms of where do you see him going? Do you see him going sort of right back, central midfield? I mean, where's he go?
Well, like I said earlier, the reports I've seen have been saying that he's going to be that midfield option, which obviously would suggest that one or both of Bellingham and Ward-Prowse are going to be taken out, because obviously Henderson would be the starting centre mid if he's fit.
Yeah,
but it's just a weird one. I really don't see the point in taking all 4 right backs when you could give yourself another option in Bellingham or Ward-Prowse. Yeah, and obviously the fact that Trent hasn't actually played there, obviously he might be able to, but he's had literally no experience there at senior level. He's played there at youth level, and he hasn't been there for 3-4 years. So it's a weird one.
Do you think this is one just to keep us all happy? Oh, I've taken Trent, but he's not going to use it. Do you think it's going to be something like that?
I think Southgate's just a pussy with no bollocks, and I think people have probably said to him, it's probably Henderson, to be fair, have probably said to him, why are you not taking Trent? Like, logically, if you look at our players in terms of best to worst, obviously Harry Kane is #1 on the list. After that, logically, it would probably be Trent, because he's the only one in the squad that is categorically the best in the world in his position. Harry Kane is obviously up there with Lewandowski, Messi, all of these players that could be best in the world, but there's no other right back that's at Trent's level and consistently.
For me as well, I don't think it was Henderson. I think Southgate's entourage, whether that be coaches or social media managers,
anyone with more than half a brain cell, which is clearly all he's got.
Do you know how dangerous it's going to be if you don't take Trent? Like, they're going to erupt. The fans will go nuts.
Well, that's the thing, because what's the point in taking Dominic Calvert-Lewin if you don't have the best crosser to bloody use him?
Exactly.
It's bonkers.
Adam's saying, to be honest, I don't think England have any world-class manager. Look at Guardiola, went all out attack, got cooked in the UCL final. No manager in the world can win a tournament. I think Potter would do a great job at England. I've always said that Potter plays exactly how I'd want England to play. And I've always said that if you give Potter a clinical #9, like a Harry Kane, he would do unspeakable things to other nations. The trumpet one, thoughts on Ancelotti to Real Madrid? Good move for Real Madrid. Good move for Ancelotti, and Everton need to make sure they get the right replacement for him. But it's certainly one of them. It's a strange one, but manager merry-go-round this summer has clearly happened. Lots of changes are happening abroad, not so much over here. Obviously, you got Wolves looking for a manager, Spurs looking for a manager, now Everton. And Palace, of course, but apart from that, not too much. Squad is announced in 2 minutes' time, so stay with us and make sure you are subscribed as well. It does help for sure. The fact we're even arguing whether Trent is in the squad or not is a joke. He should automatically be in, for fuck's sake. The trumped one, Ancelotti is going to win La Liga with Real Madrid. If I was England, my manager, Pope can't be in. Oh my, Pope can't be in there. He's injured. Big up to Pogba, Pogback Duyana. Good evening, lads. I've subscribed to your channel. I support Diamantchaft. That's, I'm guessing,
Germany.
Germany. But I do appreciate it. We will have Euro shows every Monday, 8:30, where that's normally our weekly review show. It's now changed to the Euros weekly review show. I know, I'm so original with my names, I swear.
10 seconds.
Madison Wolf, yes, still a decent player. How is Trent the best right back in the world? And one of their biggest weaknesses is defending. He got destroyed by
Show him the stats. Show him the stats again.
Even good. I would do stats. Adam, check out my stream that I did a little while ago. That will explain it all. Trent is fantastic.
Video.
So,
I could just say what happened to Reece James against Kieran Tierney.
What?
Oh my god, he played half
doing a
injured.
video.
So
They're doing a bloody
What do you mean
video.
so? Played half injured. Trent played half injured.
Right, here it is. Right, here it is.
Oh,
So the goalkeepers, Dean Henderson, Sam Johnston, Jordan Pickford. Defenders, Trent, Chilwell, Cody, Reece James, Maguire, Mings, Shaw, Stones, Trippier, Walker. Midfielders, Bellingham, Henderson, Mount, Phillips, Rice. Forwards, Calvert-Lewin, Foden, Grealish, Kane, Rashford, Saka, Sancho, Sterling. Who's missing?
Watkins.
Ward-Prowse.
Watkins, Ward-Prowse, Lingard.
Ramsdale. Lingard's not in there.
Godfrey.
Ben White. Ben White's not in there.
So bad. It's unreal. Like, he's literally taken the worst backup centre-backs possible of the options.
Yeah, but is anyone... So, Greenwood's not in there, of course. Who else in there? I swear there's others. So, Ramsdale, Godfrey, White, Ward-Prowse, Lingard, Watkins. Is that it? Is that the squad that he's gone for? So as I'll put it here, this is the England squad.
White?
Yeah, I did say Ben White. This is the England squad that we are taking to Euro 2021. So as I said, and I'll go over them again now with them on this screen once it shows on my end. Dean Henderson in goal, Sam Johnston, Jordan Pickford. Defenders, Trent, Ben Chilwell, Connor Cody, Reece James, Harry Maguire, Tyrone Mings, Luke Shaw, John Stones, Kieran Trippier, Kyle Walker. Midfielders, Jude Bellingham, Jordan Henderson, Mason Mount, Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice. Forwards, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Harry Kane, Marcus Rashford, Bukayo Saka, Jadon Sancho, and Raheem Sterling. I'm going to keep this up for anyone that just pops in and sees us here. Some comments here. Now, you know I respect your opinions, but I can't agree with you that Trent is great defensively. I never said he was great. I said he was good. Big difference between great and good. I just said that he's not bad at defending, which is true. He's not bad. He kept on a fucking Cody and got rid of Godfrey. Last season, Mustafi had better defensive stats than Van Dijk. Trent is incredible. This is coming from a Man U fan. Trent is very good. But Valvishwan, talk me through reaction of this squad. This is the squad that we are taking to Euro 2021. What are your thoughts? Valvishwan, have you dipped again? Valvishwan, you're fired. Reese, talk to me. Talk to me about this squad. Talk to me about this squad.
Oh, I don't know what I expected from Waistcoat. It's just really like if you look at especially the midfield and the defensive depth, it's just like I don't understand how he's possibly managed to pick the worst two backup centre backs of the options.
Yeah,
you know, there was nothing really he could do about the keepers. Obviously, it's good that he's taken Trent in the end, but again, I think he's been bullied into it. And obviously, the attack without Greenwood, it just doesn't quite have that. Like it lacks that little bit of something, doesn't it? Like I don't think Saka's really going to get a minute, so it's just going to be experience for him. But I think Ward-Prowse really should have been there. If you know, with a couple of injuries that we've had, I'm disappointed that Ward-Prowse isn't going because he's played every minute of the last two seasons. You know, his reliability and his energy and his set pieces. He's been so good this season. So it's disappointing for him not to be there. And who else? Ollie Watkins obviously had a decent season, so would he have maybe got more minutes than Saka? I don't know, but yeah, it's the centre backs really that have frustrated me.
Yeah, of course. I do hear that. Aaron, talk to me about this squad. What's your instant reaction to this?
Well, as David Williams said in Little Britain, as far as I'm concerned, that's the end of the matter. Thank you. Yeah, this is looking shit. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm happy that Trent's in, but free kick specialist Ward-Prowse misses out. I mean, fucking hell. I know it's tough. But you could have dropped Carl fucking Walker. And I knew that bloody Ramsdale was going to miss out. I feel sorry for Ramsdale because I think he's better than Johnstone. But rest of them, I can kind of understand. Sterling, I can't because he's fucking shit. Phil Foden deserves the opportunity.
Is there anyone that has been omitted?
What's Foden's missing? Oh, Foden's there.
No,
Sorry, I thought I missed him.
Aaron, is there any surprises? Is there any surprises in this squad for you?
Where's Ward-Prowse and where's fucking Ramsdale? And why is Sterling still there?
Right, okay, so they're not really massive omissions that you worried about.
What's going on?
Galvishwan, talk to me. Talk to me about this squad. What's your feelings?
My eyes are bleeding. What is this?
Well, tell me more. Give me your thoughts.
Why is Tyrone Mings there?
Mm-hmm.
Is Pope injured?
Yes.
Yeah.
He wasn't even in the provisional, mate.
Oh, okay. James Ward-Prowse should be there. I don't know why he's not there. Oh, Saka. I don't think Saka should be in there at all, in my opinion.
Yeah, but who should be in there over Saka? With Greenwood injured, who goes in over
I said Danny Ings, but he's over in the provisional, but we'll leave it.
Yeah.
I think James Ward-Prowse should have been ahead of Jude Bellingham.
Mm-hmm.
Personally,
Right.
just for experience.
I hear that. Lewis, what about you? What's your thoughts on this squad?
Looking at that, is that telling me that Arnold's going in as a right back, or is that just how they've listed it down as?
That's just how they've listed it.
Squad releasing the squad numbers about.
I'm about to go have a look at them.
Alright. Yeah, I think I would have dropped Calvin Phillips and bought Ward-Prowse in. I would have dropped Mings and put Godfrey in. But other than that, I'm not surprised by the rest of them.
Mm-hmm. I hear that. Some comments here before we get the squad numbers.
Where's Lingard?
Lingard.
That was already confirmed like 3 hours ago.
My 11, Dean Henderson, Trent Maguire, Stones, Walker, Rice, Henderson, Grealish, Rashford, Kane.
Walker left back.
Who are you playing? Oh my, that's an interesting one for sure. Southgate dropping Ward-Prowse is correct. Ramsdale is awful correct decision. What is Watkins going to do?
The difference is choice of them.
What a waste of a spot. Saka should not be in, and Watkins should be in, is what Dylan is saying. Squad numbers have not been posted yet. They are late.
Well, they said it was going to be at 5 past.
Yeah, they said it would be at 5 past, but it's an interesting one. Alex is in the chat. A big up to Alex. Happy that Lingard is not there. The link is in the chat if you want to come on and have your say about this squad.
No, I'm just going to send you a picture in the DMs that my mate sent me.
Wait, why is our midfield so defensive? Wait,
so
why is our midfield
he's gonna play Pickford in goal with John Stones as his only centre. I'm talking, guys. Pickford in goal, Stones at centre back, Walker as a right centre back, James right wing back, Trippier right mid, Trent Alexander-Arnold right wing, Sancho right inside forward, Mason Mount on his own in the middle, Chilwell on the left, Sterling on left wing, and Harry Kane up front. It's a weird one. Out at the moment. I hear that. I do hear that. If anyone wants to come on, you may do so. We'll be here for the squad numbers when the squad numbers gets released. And then we will be going.
All I'm saying is,
I do. To be fair, I did see something this past week, and it was the first rumor about Ward-Prowse getting dropped, and apparently, according to I think it might have been David Ornstein. I'm not too sure, but it was a journalist that said from comments the reason why Ward-Prowse and that's missing out and Watkins over Saka is because they're at a club that's not as big as Arsenal. Apparently, that's the reason.
That's
apparently they're picking players that are in bigger clubs.
Because that's the only reason.
Apparently they're picking players at bigger clubs.
There's so many centre-halves that should have been over those clubs, but because they're in Europe or whatever.
If Greenwood's getting a rest because of this injury, I think
the worst centre-back possible. Other than the first two, it's bonkers.
So a couple of comments here talking Barca. Trent or James do a job in CM, in my opinion. Certainly looking like it. I'm worried we're going to play 5. I hear that as well. And Alex, midfield very defensive. The midfield is very defensive.
The thing is, though, that's obviously because the likes of Foden and Grealish have been put as attackers, but obviously they could easily.
Yeah, it does look like it's going to be a 5-back. That's for sure. Mason will play every game. What was that? What
was Grealish in the provisional? I'm sure he wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Fuck me.
They haven't even done the announcement. They're doing live reaction. I mean, this is a bit crazy. I mean, maybe they could, instead of talking to Southgate, which no one really.
I've got the squad numbers. I think.
Oh, he's there. No, the squad numbers are there.
Where?
I can see it. Yeah, I can.
Southgate out. Southgate out.
Where are?
Number 12, number 13.
Someone DM me the squad numbers, please.
No, it's live because it's in the live video. That's why I can read it. I'll read it out when it goes back to number 1.
Hold on, one minute.
I'll read it out.
What are you saying? Live on England YouTube?
Oh, is that the numbers? Or?
All right. Here we go. Right.
Oh yeah.
So I'll go through them in just a second when we get them. They're just going through now. They're obviously 26. So we'll read them out in just a second.
22 for Trent. Great.
Right. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Right. So squad numbers as they are now. Here we go. So number 1 is Jordan Pickford. Number 2 is Kyle Walker. Number 3, Luke Shaw. Number 4, Declan Rice. Number 5, John Stones. Number 6, Harry Maguire. 7 is Jack Grealish. Number 8 is Jordan Henderson. Number 9, Harry Kane. Number 10, Raheem Sterling. Number 11 is Marcus Rashford. Number 12 is Kieran Trippier. Number 13 is Dean Henderson. Number 14 is Calvin Phillips. Number 15, Tyrone Mings. Number 16 is Connor Cody. Number 17, Jadon Sancho. Number 18, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Number 19, Mason Mount. 20 is Phil Foden. And now they've taken off the squad numbers because they're just a bunch of wankers.
Where did you get to?
Mason Mount's got his Chelsea number then.
I've got to 20.
Mount's 21. Trent's 22. Johnston's 23. Bukayo Saka's 25. And whoever's left is 24.
Ben Chilwell?
Chilwell's 21. And Bellingham's 26.
And Chilwell's 21.
Whoever I didn't say there is 25. Oh, yeah, Reece James is 25. Or 24.
Why can't these wankers just be completely normal? Just tweet it out.
Yeah, they fucking make it like this fucking Britain's Got Talent semi-final.
Do they know?
Right, I've got an image. I'll send it to you.
Are they trying to piss me off?
Thank the Lord for Harry Maguire tweeting it out.
Praise the Lord for fucking Harry Maguire. See, Harry Maguire is a normal human being, right? No one diss Harry Maguire ever again. And number 26, Jude Bellingham. I'll put these up for everyone now, so that the people watching can see. I mean, Jesus Christ, England.
England just tweeted it out as well.
Oh, congratulations, England.
It kind of annoys me that Sterling is 10 and Grealish is 7 when they've got the swapped numbers for clubs.
Yeah,
things like that bug me. I've always been a person who's had issues with squad numbers.
These are the squad numbers. I will take down the banner so you can see if you can see it. If you're watching on a mobile device, good luck. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope you're watching this on a 50-inch TV for your eyes. But Jordan Pickford, number 1, Walker 2, 3, Shaw 4, Rice 5, Stones 6, Maguire 7, Grealish 8, Henderson 9, Harry Kane 10, Sterling 11, Rashford 12, Trippier 13, Henderson 14, Phillips 15, Mings 16, Connor Cody 17, Sancho 18, Calvert-Lewin, Mount is 19, Foden 20, Chilwell 21, Trent is 22, Sam Johnston 23, Reece James 24, Bukayo Saka 25, and Jude Bellingham is at number 26. So guys, I don't know if these squad numbers really tell us much, but what do you think is going to be the view? So Reece, talk to me about these squad numbers quickly. What are you seeing? What are you seeing?
Yeah, well, I've always been very.
Manny's absolutely gutted. Lampard didn't make the squad. I hear that. But if you want, please do subscribe to the channel.
I've always been very OCD with squad numbers. So things like I was just mentioning, Grealish with the 7 and Sterling with the 10 frustrates me, considering they have swapped squad numbers for clubs. Trent being 22 is what he's basically always had for England for some reason, because he's always been the backup, I guess. Mount and Foden maybe could have had better numbers. Sancho maybe as well.
Does that mean Trent is going to be back up right back? Judging from that, or are we looking too much?
I don't think Trent's in the starting 11. I think it's Carl Walker or Reece James to start, and then Henderson to be the centre mid.
Do you think Trent is going to be back up right back?
No, because I think otherwise he would have taken out. I think otherwise, if Trent was going to be right back, he would have taken Ward-Prowse, because we would be too light in midfield.
Or do you think he's put Reece James in midfield? Do you think he's put Trent?
No, because the reports that I've read have solely said Trent.
Yeah, but reports. It could be that. I mean, these are squad numbers, and look, we could be looking far too much into it, for sure. For fuck's sake, Pickford, Sancho.
It's a bit strange of all things. Bellingham is like iconic 22 apparently, and he's got the 26. It's a bit weird.
Why is
I mean, let's be completely honest here. Gareth Southgate has chosen his favourite.
Mate, Aaron, talk to me about this squad for about 2 minutes whilst I listen to what Gareth Southgate's saying to try and get some reaction to that.
Unlucky.
No worries. Okay. Let's be completely honest here. Gareth Southgate's chosen his favourites. He's chosen them because he's got nudes on them, and they won't pick him unless he gets his nudes released. Let's be honest here. Trent and Saka did not deserve to go to the... Well, Saka needs a rest, and Trent Alexander-Arnold just needs some time, because I don't think Trent's had the best season this season. The only reason they have been picked, and I've seen it through articles and reports and comments over the last week or so, it is because that they're a Liverpool and Arsenal player respectively. Their names, the clubs their names are at, in my opinion, he wants to make them look better by name. So he's taking Liverpool and Arsenal players rather than Southampton and West Ham players. To me, it's just all about being at the bigger club to get a better chance at playing for your country. And to me, that's a disgrace. I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but
they're definitely not asking them fucking tough questions. All they're doing is talking bullshit about how difficult is it to tell people that, it does my head in.
It's the English media. They're going to bullshit.
Trumpetron, I swear down, Pickford gives Southgate head for number 1.
The English media pisses me off so much.
The thing is, because there's no Pope there isn't a standout number 1. They're all basically the same player.
For me, Pickford is going to be number 1. He always has been.
You don't ask tough questions. You always ask.
How is Tyrone Mings in the team? That is a very good question.
Him and Connor Cody have literally, Cody especially, has been shocking all season. There's like 4 centre backs that probably should have been ahead of him.
I hear that. I do hear that.
Need another leader. If Maguire gets injured, then we're screwed.
The Trumpetron saying not at all because Trent Alexander-Arnold was dropped last time. I mean, it's a tough one. But we're going to go around everyone for their final thoughts before we wrap up. Lewis, give me your final thoughts on the squad and everything that we've seen come out today.
It's very mixed. People will have their own opinions. Opinions are opinions. For me personally, like I said, Ward-Prowse should be in there over Calvin Phillips, and for me, who did I say for the other one? I can't remember now. Oh yeah, and Godfrey should be over Mings in my opinion. Apart from that, I can't think of any mistake. I hope he makes the correct decisions in the starting lineups, but we've done what we can now. It's down to him. So I mean, I know we haven't really done much, but like I said, everyone has their own opinions. So let opinions be opinions.
I hear that. What about you, Velvishwan? Final thoughts?
James Ward-Prowse robbed. Ben Godfrey robbed. Who else is there? Tyrone Mings, fuck off. Yeah, it's just I don't know what to make of this squad. It's a weak squad. Like, I'm not sure how far we're gonna go in the Euros, but one thing we know is Southgate is fucking clueless.
I hear that. I do hear that. What about you, Daniel? What's your thoughts on the squad?
I don't think we're going to go very far, like they've said. We'll probably get past the group stages. And then after that, we'll see what happens. I want Southgate gone after the Euros.
Don't we all? Don't we all? And what about you, Max? What's your final thoughts on what we've seen?
My thoughts are just, I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what we're going to try this year. James Ward-Prowse should really have been there. He's a great free kick taker. He's a great corner taker, as we've seen in most of his games. Ben Godfrey, a good defender. He should have been in there. But obviously, these are all opinions. But I can't see any. If we don't get to the final, I'm worried about Southgate's future as the England manager, and he will most likely get dropped off, and we'd have to find a new one. Players like Harry Kane deserve to be in there. Trent obviously didn't have the best season this year with Liverpool, but still one of the best right backs in the world. Phil Foden's done well. Jude Bellingham's obviously young, so he'll obviously be in there. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, don't know if he deserves to be in there, but it's all down to him. Sancho obviously wants to prove himself this year in the Euros, so it's really all down to the players. And if if Southgate doesn't give the right team talks, players don't perform, Southgate's going to get kicked out, and then we're going to have to see how we do in the World Cup at some point, whenever the next one is.
Yeah, I hear that. What about you, Reese? What's your thoughts from what we've seen today?
Yeah, disappointed, but not at all surprised. To be honest, like I said, the centre backs, Mings and Cody, don't at all deserve to be there. We've got Godfrey, who's I think he's the under-21s captain, and has played all across the back line. So if he wants to take players based on versatility, he should be the number one defender you're picking, at least for backups. So it's disappointing that he's not in there. He suits the system as well. He's got some pace about him. He's good on the ball. As well, someone like Esri Konsa or Ben White, obviously, young centre backs who have had, good seasons. Again, I'm not too sure about Calvert-Lewin. I've never been sure about him. I think he's a pretty average player who's just kind of been up there forever, and he's obviously played all the games, and he just had the service stuck into him. Obviously, he's done all right, but he's not gonna. If he's 1-on-1, he's not gonna finish a chance like someone like Danny Ings would, in my opinion. And maybe Saka. I don't think he's gonna get a minute, to be honest. Maybe unless we're 5-0 up in the last group game and we're already first in the group. Maybe he'll come on for the final 5 minutes, but. Yeah, overall, it's I don't expect us to get probably further than the quarters. If I'm honest.
Hear that. I do hear that. And Aaron, what about you? What's your final thoughts?
Southgate get fucked. I think that's probably the best way I can describe it, to be honest, mate. Because why Saka gets in ahead of Lingard or Ward-Prowse or anyone like that? I saw this. I literally saw the squad up in front of me on Sky Sports, and all I could see was Chelsea players, Liverpool, Man U, Man City, Arsenal, Borussia Dortmund. All Southgate cares about is what his team look like on paper, because there's more players from bigger clubs. He thinks that'll do him the world of justice. It doesn't. The defensive outlook on this team is atrocious. We look a completely defensive team. We don't look like we've got anything going forward. The only theory I've got to Saka going in is because he's obviously can play at left back, left wing back, left mid, left wing. So I can see the versatility on that. So in the three in the back formation. But still, Saka deserves a rest. He's played too much for Arsenal. All the problems from Arsenal have been relied on his shoulders solely. He deserves a rest. I just don't get why he's been picked. He deserves a break this season and maybe come in for the World Cup. But apart from that, Ward-Prowse has been robbed. He's a complete free kick and set piece specialist. He should be in the squad. Jesse Lingard has been fantastic. He should have had a chance. But unfortunately, Southgate is a puppet for the Football Association, and the FA only cares about the biggest clubs representing their agency. So unfortunately, I only think we'll make it past the quarters if we're lucky the semi-finals. But to be perfectly honest, I don't give a fuck. Southgate needs to go before the World Cup, otherwise we are seriously fucked.
I hear the anger. I do. Some comments here. Mystic saying Man U players 4, Man City players 4, Liverpool players 2, Spurs players 1, Arsenal player 1, Chelsea players 3.
Exactly.
Because they're biased for bigger clubs when Mings and Cody are picked, and they're both bang average. Lingard robbed. In reality, there's a reason players play for smaller clubs and lesser clubs, or else they'll be playing for big clubs. That is true. That is true, and I do hear that.
Can I just butt in and say something quickly?
Go for it.
Apparently, according to Matt Law, who is a Daily Telegraph correspondent, says that despite Lingard not being in the Euro squad, he's set to start tomorrow.
What?
Fucking Lingard starting tomorrow.
So Gareth Southgate is an absolute moron.
You clown.
He's the definition of a fucking clown. You get
to be fair,
one
minute. To be fair, you can't really have go at him because half the squad isn't with him. United players aren't there because they played in the Europa League final. The Chelsea players aren't there because they played in Champions League final. The Man City players aren't there because they played in Champions League final. Yeah. What's he meant to do?
Imagine if Lingard puts in about 40 sterling.
No. Someone want to answer that question. What's he meant to do?
He can't do anything.
Anyone want to slag off Southgate for that? Give me a reason on what he does next. Because if half the players aren't there, you can call him a clown, and I'll call him a clown on many things. But why are we going in on him on stuff that he really has zero control over? We're playing friendlies with half the squad not there. Is that Southgate's fault? No, it is not. So can someone explain to me, instead of just calling him a clown, what he's meant to do?
I don't know. I completely forgot about the fact that players aren't there, to be fair.
I hear the anger, but I just don't get calling him a clown for stuff he can't really handle. I would replace Mings and Cody Godfrey and Ward-Prowse. Yeah, I hear that. I do hear that. There's a reason they play for the big clubs. Again, that's true. Not even a bad squad. Only missed a few players that may not have even started anyway. If Lingard should have got in, then Willock should have got in. Then both faced similar, both had purple patches last months of season. Unfortunately, you don't get in by the last 2-3 months of season form. Again, it's a very difficult one for sure. The Trumpetron, well said, thank you. I do normally have good thoughts. I try to take the emotion out. When I'm emotional, yes, I say things. But when I'm not, I try to keep it as calm as possible and be collected. It's why I'd be good at beating someone up. I'm joking. But we are going to end it there. Big thanks to everyone that's been watching. Please leave a like on the video. If you are new, please do subscribe to the channel. We'll be live later, 9 p.m. I'll be talking about why Bukayo Saka was put into a Young Player Team of the Season nomination ahead of Mason Greenwood. I have some anger towards that, so I may say some things I don't wholeheartedly agree with. Well, actually, I'll agree with everything I normally do. But Lewis, where can they find you, bro?
You can find me on Twitter at Lewis160. You can find me on Post-Sports you can find me on YouTube at Post-Sports. So if you haven't already, please go and check out my new video.
Perfect. Max, where can they find you?
Find me on Instagram, Max Highgate HD Official. On Twitter, at YouTube _Max Highgate HD. YouTube, Max Highgate HD. I've just put a new video out. Preview of the England game for tomorrow night. Loads of team news and predicted lineups. And I shall be doing a review either straight after the game or then the next day after that. So please go check that out.
Okay, Bosin. Aaron, where can they find you?
Well, when I'm not beating up Southgate with a baseball bat, you can find me on Twitter at Aaron_Chalner. We're on the road to 1,000 followers, so please go make that happen. We're nearly at 700 already. Forever Football DRFC, we're going to cover the Euros, the Olympics with the women's team. Good luck, Team GB. We're also going to do some Dolly transfer news as well, and that comes out in the next few weeks, so we'll see what happens. But otherwise, you can find me beating up Southgate or being with my girlfriend.
Perfect. Reese, where can they find you, bro?
You're muted,
Reese.
Thank you. Reese. Yeah, over on Twitter, LFC_Reese, on TikTok, Reese_JB, and here on YouTube, maybe going to be doing some Euros content as well. Reese, RJB TV, I think.
Perfect. Big up to the Trumpetron. A great video. Christmas TikTok saying, "Let us sink it in. We England have an average and overrated squad, and we won't win the Euros. Fans Belgium are clear favourites, and England put us in the hard group and see what happens." I love the optimism. But as I say, please do leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We'll be back 9 p.m. with the video on Saka over Greenwood for Young Player of the Season nomination, which I'll be brutally going in at the Premier League for. But until then, thanks for watching. That'll be at 9 p.m. But until then, have a good day, and I'll see you in a bit.